Alright, today we're going to talk about converting repeated decimals to a fraction. A little bit harder, a little more steps involved here than just converting regular decimals to a fraction. Because I cannot just add zeros for every number, because as you see, my numbers just keep on going. Right? There's ones forever. So I cannot just add zeros. So we can do something a little different here. We have 3 steps for this. Our first step is going to be to set x equal to our decimal. We're going to set x equal to our decimal. So this decimal up here, 0.111, I'm going to set x equal to it. I'm going to say, okay, x equals 0.111111, right? I don't need to keep good dots, I know they go on forever. Step 2 then, we're going to take x and we're going to multiply it by a power of 10. We're going to take x and multiply it by a power of 10. So we're going to multiply by a power of 10, right? So 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, some kind of power of 10. And we're going to actually put this, I'm going to draw the arrow here, it's going to go up above it, above my answer from before. So, x times 10, 10x. This decimal over here, 0.111 times 10, when you multiply by 10, what you do is you move that decimal over one spot for every power of 10, for every 0. So I'm going to get 1.11111 forever, right? Now, the last step, subtract, then solve for x. I know we haven't got too much into equations yet, we've got to them all this year. So you're going to have to kind of recall some of that stuff from last year. I'm going to subtract here, and I'll solve for x. 10x minus x by 10 x's, and I take 1x away, and now 9x. Over here, I'm going to subtract these, so they're all cancel each other out. I'm subtracting 1 minus 1 is 0, 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 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. So I get 9x equals 1. Now, in order to solve my equation, I have to do the opposite, the inverse operation. Since I have 9 times x, I got to divide by 9. Cancels out the 9. Take this side, divide by 9. X equals 1 9. There's my fraction. That's how I simplify it. So we got another example here. So I'm going to convert 0.36363636 to a fraction. So let's set x equal to my decimal. First step here. Okay. Do that here in green. So I'm going to go x equals 0.363636. Next, I'm going to multiply by power of 10. Now, here's where you get to figure out what multiple of 10 there are. I want to multiply by power of 10 so I can subtract and get nothing but a whole number left. If I just multiply by 10, if I just did 10x, I just move that decimal one spot over, I get 3.636363. When I subtract, I'm not going to cancel each other out, right? Because I don't have the same numbers here. So I don't want to multiply by 10 here. I have 2 numbers repeating. So I want 2 zeros. I want to multiply by 2 or 10 to the second power by 100. So I'm going to get 100x equals 2 zeros means I'm moving that decimal 2 spots when I multiply. 36.3636. Remember, these go on forever, so I can just keep putting 3 6s up there. Now I can do that last step. Subtract. 6 minus 6 is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. 6 minus 6 is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. 6 minus 6 is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. See, that's why we had to multiply by 100. I wanted the same numbers above them when I subtract. So they really just cancel each other out. 6 minus 0 is 6. 3 minus nothing is 3. 100x minus x is 99x. Last step here is to then divide out here. I have multiplication happening right here. Right? 99 times x. Here times 99. Divide by 99. They cancel. What I do to one side of my equation, I have to do the other side. X equals 36 over 99. And if we need to, we can simplify that, right? This could be simplified. 3 plus 6 is 9. 3 goes to 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 3 goes to 18. I can divide them both by 3. Get 12 over 33. Well, 3 goes to both those. Get 4 over 11. So 4 over 11 is the same as 0.36 repeating. Try some nice, do one more example. Do 3 examples here. Convert this number. Now I got a whole number in front. Same steps. I'm going to set this equal to x. X equals 5.9284. 284. 284. I need to multiply so I have the same thing on top. I need to have four I picked this problem off the top of my head. I don't know if it's work. We'll try here. You might not be able to make this into actually. I don't know. This is what we want to do. We want to be able to cancel out all of these numbers here. The problem's going to be to get the next number the same here. It'd have to be a 4. And then 8, and then 2, then we go 9, 5. So I'm moving that decimal 1, 2, 3 spots. Multiplying by 1,000. I'll subtract 4 minus 4 is 0. Alright, so we cancel. Oops, 4 minus 9 does not cancel. I'll do that one. Four minus 9, borrow. 14 minus 9 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. 2, 9, 5. This is where it's going to be interesting to invest. I don't know if this is going to end up working. 1000x minus x is 999x. Divide by 999. Here's what we have to do. And I apologize for this problem. You will not have a problem this hard. We need to get rid of that decimal before I divide. So I can then multiply each side by 10 again. In algebra, as long as you do the same thing to both sides, you can do whatever you want. That'd be 9 x 59225. Now I can divide by this. 9990 is an I fraction. Are you going to worry about simplifying it? Yeah, I can divide by 5. We won't worry about that stuff. Alright? This last one, we will not have an example like this. I'll leave it up there that it's a harder problem, right, to look at. If you can understand this one, then you should easily do the other two. But we will not have this like this. I just came up with numbers off the top of my head, and that was what I picked. Realized it would be that hard.